So, GTA 6 Trailer 2 was so good, so realistic and just straight up unbelievable that some people out there, obviously not big GTA or Rockstar fans, and honestly even some GTA fans too, started saying it was CGI, not in-game graphics. This is how crazy this trailer looked. It got so out of hand that Rockstar Games themselves had to step in. They literally tweeted out GTA 6 Trailer 2 was captured entirely in-game from a PlayStation 5 comprised of equal parts gameplay and cutscenes. And you know it's serious when Rockstar actually has to tweet something like that. So from this tweet we know that the graphics, the visuals we saw in Trailer 2 are actually in-game. That's the real graphics we are going to get when we play GTA 6. And you know what, if you go back and look at trailers for GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, the graphics in the first and even second trailers were actually worse than in the final game. Now just think about that, look at the leap between trailer 1 and trailer 2 for GTA 6, it's insane. Like no joke, when I rewatch trailer 1 now, it honestly feels like watching a GTA 5 trailer next to GTA 6. That's how big the jump is. It's massive, and I don't even know what they're going to show in the next trailer, because the graphics already feel like real life. How much more realistic can they get? But here is the thing, a lot of people still don't really understand which scenes were gameplay and which were cutscenes, and that's what we're going to get into. You see, what most people don't realize is that Rockstar's cutscenes are rendered in real time. They are not pre-rendered like in other games. If you have ever modded GTA or Red Dead Redemption, you know if you change your character model or mess with the environment, the cutscene will still play but using those changes. The game renders its life. So, if a cutscene is supposed to happen at Franklin's house and you swap him with, let's say, Bigfoot, the cutscene still happens, just with that model. That's what Rockstar's engine does, it's all real time. And Rockstar's known for how seamless their cutscenes are. Just think back to GTA 5, Franklin walks out of his house and the camera moves a bit and suddenly you're playing. It switches straight into gameplay with no fade or loading screen. The same thing in Red Dead Redemption 2, and it looks smooth every single time. So the same thing could be happening in GTA 6 trailer 2. Some of those scenes that people think are cutscenes, they might actually be real gameplay, just from a cinematic angle. So that's what we are doing now, we are going to break down the scenes, which ones are likely cutscenes, which ones are actual gameplay, and how you can tell the difference. So let's start from the beginning. The first few shots are obviously not gameplay, those are cinematic world establishing moments, more like a drone shots to set the tone, just think of them as Rockstar showing off the setting. But then there is a transition. Jason stops talking to Brian and walks into his house. This might be our first glimpse of a cutscene transitioning directly into gameplay. It's super smooth and honestly it could be a hint at how fluid story and control shifts will be. Next up, Jason driving his car and getting a compliment from a woman. The camera is from the side, not the usual third person angle, but it could still be gameplay. And you might ask why. Because Jason reacts, smiles and laughs. That kind of small dynamic reaction might be something Rockstar added as a new feature. It doesn't feel scripted enough to be a pure cutscene. Same thing when Jason opens a cash register after hitting a guy, it might just be contextual gameplay animation, shown from a cooler angle for trailer purposes. Then there is a scene where supposedly Jason driving in first person. It's clearly gameplay, and it's one of the best glimpses we have of what it will look like behind the wheel. Another example is Jason doing a bench press. It could easily be something simple, walk to a bench, press a button to interact and get animation. So is it a gameplay? Probably, just not shown from the usual camera angle. Here we can see Jason walking out of the shop while NPC move around him. It also looks like gameplay. There is nothing dramatic, no obvious direction, it's just movement. Later we see Jason driving through Little Haiti as cops detain someone. Again, this feels more like gameplay, captured from a stylized angle rather than a cutscene. Here comes the shots that are actual cutscenes. Jason talking to a cop in jail, it's definitely a cutscene. He is seeing Lucia releasing from jail for the first time, also a cutscene. They are making out in the bed, it's also a cutscene. Now let's move to some tricky scenes. The bank robbery with Jason and Lucia, for example, could go either way. The camera moves like a cutscene, but the actions pulling out guns on NPCs could easily be gameplay. Same goes for Lucia pointing a gun at bank workers. It might just be a scripted event during gameplay, not a cutscene, but I'm not sure, to be honest. Again, Lucia and Jason making out in the bed, it's definitely all just cutscenes. Then we can see Jason and Lucia drinking beers in the cafe, it's definitely a cutscene, not gameplay. Sitting by the pier is also a cutscene. Basically, all emotional or dialogue heavy scenes are clearly cinematic and story driven, not gameplay. Now we can see Jason in Brian's boat works. He's loading something onto the Dodo plane, it's definitely a cutscene, not gameplay. Lucia doing public work like collecting garbage seems very much like a gameplay mission, just captured from an angle. Now we can see Lucia and Jason inside their safe house, talking, it's definitely a cutscene. Carl, Jason and Lucia having drinks in the bar, it's all definitely a cutscene as well. In this scene where Lucia in the dress comes towards Jason is also a cutscene, not gameplay, but it seems to be happening in a mission. Talking in the car, holding by the hands, also cutscenes. Now we can see Jason and Lucia going to the club, dancing, it's also just cutscenes, not gameplay. Here, when Jason is talking to some guys with Dre on the left side, it's also a cutscene, probably a mission. Then we see 3 guys, it's also a cutscene. And this one, when they are jumping out of a window, could actually be gameplay. It could be some part of the mission when they are trying to escape something, Lucia jumps and runs. Here we can see Jason, Brian and his wife Lori in the background. They are talking, it's definitely a cutscene. This is definitely a cutscene. Jason doing drive-by shooting from a car on Ocean Drive. That's gotta be gameplay, classic GTA stuff. Here we can see Bay Lux, which is a cutscene. Jason and Lucia dancing in the club, again a cutscene. Jason fighting outside the Starlet Motel in the Pod Girl Horn might also be gameplay. It doesn't look pre-rendered and I'm guessing we are getting more advanced melee systems this time, maybe even combos or context sensitive moves. And look at Lucia fighting in a club, probably gameplay too. It looks like a unique fighting style, just like in San Andreas. Maybe each character will have their own mechanics or will learn new. This is obviously a cutscene, Jason is talking to Lucia about the mission. And look at this, Lucia blowing up police cars, it's 100% gameplay, the angles from behind, third person, exactly how you would expect it in the game, just without a minimap. In this scene where Jason and Dre reacts to something on the phone, it's definitely a cutscene. Now we can see Lucia fighting on a plane. This one is tricky, I think it's a cutscene, but it's happening in a mission. And then there is the safe heist, this is 5 and Furious 5 Easter egg. I'm almost certain it's gameplay, maybe part of huge mission with destructible environments and dynamic towing physics. Just imagine, it's you driving a car and the safe is on a rope, it reacts accordingly to your turns. So it could easily be gameplay inside of a mission. Again, Jason and Lucia in the bed, it's also a cutscene. Now we can see Lucia and Jason with NPC making a video, it's a cutscene. Driving through the ocean beach or past clubs with NPCs partying, this could totally be gameplay. Just imagine you driving in the first person mode or walking by these places in the first person mode and just looking at them. In this shot in the strip club, it could easily be gameplay too. Watching TV in the game, this is possibly Jason's perspective in first person, that's gameplay. Of course the TV show itself is pre-rendered, but the act of watching it, it's definitely gameplay. Lucia throwing the keys and lying on Jason, it's a cutscene. The helicopter mission with Jason and Brian, that's definitely gameplay too. It looks like a proper flying segment. On this one, when Lucia and Jason are on a jet ski, it's definitely gameplay, it's not a cutscene, just the shot is taken from another angle. Jason riding a red bike, it's also a gameplay. Lucia jumping on a moving truck to steal a Lambo from the container, it's also gameplay. And it could even be a random interaction, like a random event. So imagine you see a truck going on the highway, you see a container, you could actually jump on it, open the container and steal the loot inside. Just like with trains in Red Dead Redemption 2. Lucia and Jason in a motel, it's also a cutscene. In this shot we can see Jason driving the boat and Lucia is shooting at the police helicopter. I'm 100% sure that's gameplay. Right here Jason jumps on the car that Lucia is driving, it's a cutscene. We can see Carl inside Brian's hangar, it's a cutscene. And finally Jason driving in the last shot, Lucia is hanging out of the window. It could also easily be gameplay with a cool camera angle. So as you can see, there is quite a lot of gameplay scenes in the trailer and the things that actually could be gameplay and not cutscenes. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments, maybe you disagree with me, but I think that actually half of it, as I said, is actually gameplay. And I don't think Rockstar would lie to us, it's not in their interest. Obviously, they're not going to show us everything from third person mode with interface because it's not gonna look good for that type of trailer. And also because they're going to have a separate trailer just showing off gameplay closer to the game, when everything is finished and polished, but now we just get to look at the characters, story and the graphics. as well as some mechanics. That's it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next breakdown.